So now we will go to the moderator Q&A session. Yeah, I have the first question. The first question will be this. So according to 2010 census, there are 5,281 residents in Englewood Cliffs. Among them, about 39% are Asian Americans, and about 20%, 1,072, are Korean Americans. The question is, what can be done to improve Korean Americans and minority communities' accessibility, increasing the accessibility to the services that Englewood Cliff is providing? The first person to answer this question is Ms. Manuel.
Thank you, Ms. McMorrow. And we have 2 minutes to answer?
Yeah, 2 minutes. And then you have 30 seconds if you have any rebuttal after for all 4 candidates answer the question.
Thank you. That's a very good question. I believe that with 20% of Koreans being in Englewood Cliffs, well, 39% Asian, 20% Koreans, we need to come up with an idea to help them to understand what is in Englewood Cliffs for them. I proposed last year, but being 1 vote, I don't have a majority, to create a diversity committee, which would have an outreach program to the people in Englewood Cliffs. We need to help educate you what is in Englewood Cliffs so that you can get involved. And this diversity committee would meet with volunteers that would help for, let's say, an example, translate things on the website or a newsletter or whatever you as a community tell us that you need from us. We have to work together hand in hand. We want to help you, but we need you to help us to help you. And through this diversity committee, we can learn about each other's cultures. We can learn how to make life in Englewood Cliffs a better place for you. And through education and communication of what is here in the borough for you, you're going to just feel more at home. We can find out if it's important for you to have a gathering place. For example, many of the Korean community probably didn't even know we have this Lions Club here that you can use. We want to let you know what we already have here for you. We have a senior center, we have a Lions Club, we have a flu clinic, we have so many beautiful programs, but only through communication and a diversity committee, which I would propose, we would be able to help you together. Thank you.
Ms. Jackson, you have a second?
So your question is just to make sure, what would we do to reach out to the Korean community?
To increase the accessibility of the services that provided by the city.
Well, I did it last year. I worked very hard as a campaign manager for the Democratic Party in order to make sure that Gloria O was elected as the first woman Korean of this particular town. I intend to continue to work to include all Koreans into our community. Now, I heard my esteemed colleague, and may I comment on this, about this diversity committee. Last year, you had the majority, so you had the ability to create that diversity committee. It's this year that you don't have the majority, number one. Number two, we are working hard. We just got a new website, and by the end of this year, if not by 2013, it will be in Korean. I've already made the inquiries, and our website will be accessible to all Korean-speaking Americans. We have conducted last year cottage parties for the Korean American community to include them. We did an active registration for the Korean American community. I met some of you at some of these cottage parties, and we talked about politics and helped you along to fill out the form. So we're doing it. We've been doing it all along. We have one of the largest businesses right here, LG, and we plan to work with LG to help us to reach out to the Korean community once their building is finally built. And I can report that we just passed in council a new ordinance which will hopefully move things in that area along to allow Korean community the Korean community to come in and have some businesses in there, or more Korean businesses than what we have. So we're doing it, and we're going to continue to do it. We're going to continue to reach out to the Korean community.
Mr. Farrell? Mr. Farrell or Mr. Perez?
Well, I would say that I do have many friends in the Korean community, and as we are walking door to door now during our campaign, we're talking to the Korean community, asking them to get involved. We are offering them to get involved. I mean, we can't go to their homes and drag them out, but we are giving them information if they wanted to get involved. It all depends on them. We are here to help them. Thank you.
Mr. Barbaro?
I think my involvement with the Korean community started many, many, many years ago when I first met my good friend D.K. Min. We served on a planning board together. Democrats in this town have placed many Korean Americans in positions in the borough. On the planning board right now is Mr. Kiki Kim, who is a full-time member of the planning board. This year I interviewed new patrolmen, and I recommended the hiring of a Korean American police officer who not only speaks Korean but is fluent in Spanish. We also have a Democratic County Committeeman in the 4th District, that's in the north end of town, who is also a Korean American. So it's good to talk about what we're going to do. We have done it. We have started. And we're not done yet. Another year, excuse me, don't do that. Excuse me. In another year, we plan to have more Korean Americans in positions within the borough. So it's easy to say we want to do it. We've done it.
Is there anybody who want? Yeah, actually she wanted to. Yeah, yeah, Viboro, you have 30 seconds then.
You go first because you were first, and then I'll finish off.
Just for the public to know, we did do things for the Korean community as well. Originally, we did have a Korean candidate, and I've encouraged Koreans to come out and have a voice in government. Unfortunately, she had to step down because of health reasons. But what happened was she liked getting to know all of us, and she's now appointed to the Board of Health. So we have a Korean American at the Board of Health, and I also encourage to have our first Korean American working at Borough Hall, which is greatly needed. And to do that, we have to advertise publicly in the newspaper. Thank you.
I just want to add
30 seconds.
Yes, I just want to add one thing that my esteemed colleague forgot to mention. Last year, when we did the cottage parties, one of the things that Joe came up with, and it was his idea to be inclusive of all the community, he went out and he got the ballot, and he got the ballot in Korean, and we went to the cottage parties, and we showed our Korean constituencies what the ballot would look like in Korean, and we allowed them to take a look at it so they would be able to read, so that they would not have a problem. That is what we're doing and what we will continue to do to reach out to the Korean community.
Right. Thank you.